to our volunteer orientation video. My name is Josh DeVore and I'm the children's ministry pastor here at our church. Today what I'd like to do is show you what resources are available to our volunteers and give you a tour of our classrooms so that when you show up to serve, you have everything you need to be successful in the classroom. So, let's go for a walk. And welcome to the classroom. These classrooms are shared with Desert Christian Schools. They've been recently remodeled, so they're absolutely beautiful. When you show up to serve, the classroom will be already set up by one of our coordinators. So as you can see, we got race cars down here, we got Legos over here, waffle blocks, some connectors, magnet tiles. These are what we call activity stations. And that brings me to the most important part. Over by the table, you are going to have some teacher resources available. These are our yellow Bible storybook, and each of our lessons will be available to you. The teachers will typically have the book already opened with a bookmarked to the lesson for that day. And then this is your teaching folder, your classroom folder. On the inside, right at the front, you get to see our rotation schedule. And what I'm going to do now is walk us through this rotation schedule so you know what to expect during class. The first thing you can expect in class is check-in. This is a 15-minute window where parents will be checking in their kids to the classroom and then making their way over to church. During check-in, parents will show up with 3 tags. One tag will be for the check-in sheet, and they will place it on there. The second tag will go on their child, and the third tag is a parent tag to make sure that the right parents pick up the right kids. Because check-in is a 15-minute window, we can't expect all the kids to show up to class at the exact same time. That means that the first 15 minutes of the class needs to have something where kids can trickle in and join in on as they arrive. We found it successful to have these activity stations out as kids are showing up. The kids walk in the door and we say, hey, would you like to play with some cars? We play with cars. Or we have our magnetic tiles over here, and the kids will join in on these activities. As they join in, kids can start taking chairs off of the stacks against the wall and placing them around the activity stations. Next on the agenda for our rotation schedule is our rules and responses charts. Those can be found in our teaching folder. Rules and responses are very important. We have guests that arrive at our church every week, and whenever a guest arrives, we want to make sure that they know what the expectations are in our classrooms, listening, raising hands, kind words, and that if they disobey any of these rules, then we will respond first with a warning and remind them of the rules. Second, we'll separate them from the activity that's taking place. Third, they'll be taken to either a coordinator or to Mr. Josh, and that is when they'll have a discussion about what they've done wrong. After that, if the child continues to disobey, they're probably going to be sent home. But anytime we send a child home, that would be done by the coordinator or by myself. We won't make you have to do that. So we start every class with our rules and responses. At this time, a good thing to do would be to have all the kids sit down in the classroom, and we put away all the activity toys so there's nothing to distract them. All the kids sit in a circle. The teacher can stand at a portion of the class, share the rules and responses with all the kids, get them involved to see if they can remember some of the rules. Then after that, we will start the class off with prayer. Then we will read our Bible lesson for the day. And if you would like, you can do worship on your own, or we have a couple of resources available to help you out with worship. You can either play a CD with some worship songs on it, or each classroom has a TV at one portion of the room, and on the TV, you will be able to access our GC Kids YouTube channel and play some worship songs to go along for the kids to have hand motions. That concludes our 15-minute Bible lesson time. Next on our rotation schedule is outside time. For outside time, you're just finishing up your Bible lesson. you can have the kids line up at the door and wait for you. And then when the teacher says it's time, you can open the classroom door. And we have a beautiful playground out here for the kids to enjoy. This is the preschool playground. Our second option is the elementary playground. And you would just go through the gates over there to access our elementary playground. As kids come off the playground, they're certainly hungry. And what we have is snack. So the next thing on our class rotation schedule is snack. For snack, and as they're coming off the playground, you can use some hand sanitizer as they're walking in the doors. And then you can ask kids to grab a chair. We'll set them out around the tables. And then your coordinator will deliver snack to your classroom. Snack time is a great opportunity to ask the kids, what did we learn in our Bible lesson for today? So the teacher can walk around the room and help out the kids with their snack time, but also ask them questions about the lesson that you taught earlier. Next on the list is group activity. Obviously, we'll clean up snack time. The room will look nice and tidy. Once the room is clean, you can transition to group activity. Group activity can mean a variety of things. It can mean taking out the coloring pages that are found in your folder. So you would go to 9 a.m. if you were at 9 a.m. and then you can pull out your coloring pages. Or if you are an 11 a.m. teacher, you would just flip one more tab and your coloring pages would be right there. You may use that for group activity. Some teachers like to prepare their own crafts and bring them in. At this time would be a great time to do a craft if you'd like to do that. But some teachers, they just enjoy doing a game with the kids. And so if you want to do red light, green light, duck, duck, goose, something like that, this would also be a great time. This rotation portion is about 15 minutes long as well. It's great for team building and it's great for kids to have creative outlets. We're just about done. The second to last thing on our rotation schedule is cleanup. For cleanup, we want to put everything back just how we found it. So the classroom is ready either for the next class to take over, or it's the end of the day and everybody will be going home afterwards. For cleanup, we do three things: tables, toys, and floor. For the floor, we've got a broom against the wall, and we just sweep this section of the floor. For the tables, we have resources available in our black tubs. One is a disinfectant spray, and the other is some paper towels. So you can spritz down the tables and then wipe it with a paper towel. The third thing is toys. We want to make sure that the toys are being cleaned between each hour so that the next group of kids is interacting with clean toys. And we also want to make sure that if we're finishing the day out and the toys are getting put away, that they're clean as well. What we like to do for cleaning toys is we take our disinfectant spray and we dump the toys out in the center of the table, and we just give them a light spritzing. You don't want to get them soaking wet, just enough to have some disinfectant spray on there. Let them sit out for a few minutes. One thing that might be good if a new class is coming into the room, that you spray the toys, set them out on tables, and have the kids doing an activity on the carpet while the toys are drying off for a couple minutes. Now we've come to the end of the day. The last part of the day is pickup. There's about a 15-minute window where parents walk over from their small groups or the worship service to pick up their kids. During this time, parents will come up to the check-in sheets, they will show their parent tag, and then we'll match the parent tag to the child's name. Parents, just sign here, or you can sign the kids out for the parents. One of the two is totally fine. The parents will come in, they will say, hey, I'm here for little Freddie. Freddie will come to the door, we'll make sure he has his jacket and everything he needs, and that's pickup. During pickup time, one thing I like to do is to have an activity going on in the class where you can talk to the kids in a circle, ask them about their week, and just enjoy time together. So that way, as kids are getting picked up, their parents can take them out of whatever activity is going on. Sometimes the activity station toys are a great way to finish class as well. And that wraps it up. After all the kids have been picked up, we will make sure everything looks good in the classroom, and then you'll be good for the day. Thank you for joining us for our volunteer orientation video. We look forward to seeing you in class.